Welcome to Brecknock Orchard. Let's take a look at all the beautiful spring flowers available to decorate your home and front porch. First, we have the Gerber Daisies. They're a very brilliant flower and can add a nice pop to your step on your front porch or as a table center. Next, we have the Osteos, and they look very similar to the Gerber Daisy. The color is a little bit more muted and they're smaller. The Begonias are very bright colors, and the flower is nice and puffy, and they're very colorful. Next, we have Violas. They're a very petite bloom and can last for a long season, and they can withstand temperatures down to 30 degrees. The pansies are very similar and can also stand low temperatures, and the bloom is very pretty and has many petals. Next, we have the Eucalyptus. They're great for fillers and planters, and they can add a nice green and fresh touch to your planter, hanging basket, or any other pots and plants you would like. We looked at some other begonias. This is a different kind of begonia. It has a smaller petal, but still very vibrant in color. Petunias are perfect for flower beds because they grow very quickly and can cover a big area, or in a hanging basket they overflow the sides and drape down, and it gives a very pretty final product. Alyssum are a small filler flower and can be great for a setting planter that you don't want to be high and bushy, but they still add a nice color and can cover your whole pot. Marigolds are a very bright color. You can have them in a hanging basket, in a planter, or just in a pot all by themselves, and they have a very nice scent with them too. Geraniums have a very vibrant color and can last the whole way through the fall, and they have great heat resistance. The Coleus is a nice green foliage. It has a little bit of color on the leaves, but it's great for filling a large area. The euphorbia and spikes and grasses are great for filler. The euphorbia gives a nice white touch, and the grasses and spikes have a nice green dimension. The Verbena has several different colors, including a white and purple mixed in one flower, and they're very pretty just by themselves. You can put them in a little cute pot, or you can put them in planters and hanging baskets. The vines and ivies are great for if you have a sloped area or a big flower bed that you want some nice green filler, not very high, but just to cover the area. They're a nice green color and can just make it look fresh. Next we have the Salvia. It's a very vibrant purple on a nice long green stem with bushy leaves all around it. I'd say it looks very similar to lavender, and bumblebees really enjoy it. Next is a Dusty Miller. It looks like it's a little dusty. The leaves are a little dusty looking, but it's still very nice for pots and planters for a more muted green. Next we have the Perennials. Perennials means that they'll come back every single year after year. There's several different selections. This is a little bit of a smaller pink blossom, but a nice bushy green around the bottom. These are English daisies, which they look similar to like the mum that you would have in the fall. Next are carnations. These will bloom very soon, and then they'll keep blooming all throughout the summer. And then here we have some purple flowers and a wide selection from green filler to nice purple and colorful flowers. The strawberry plants are very good if you have children or you're yourself want to give a wing at growing your own strawberries in your little garden. As well as cut and regrow lettuce. You can cut it and then in a week or two it will grow back and you can get another fresh salad. Next we have the herbs, including sage, oregano, Italian parsley, basil, and regular parsley. Next we have succulents and cactus. They're very nice green and they prefer full to part sun. They're great for an indoor house plant or on your patio. There's nice colors, some have a little bit more green, some even have some red to them. And something like this, which would fill out very nicely in a planter. And it's very nice because you don't always have to water them every day. You can let the soil dry between when you water them. These snake plants also have a very nice green. Some even have a white kind of ripple to them. And those are very nice for a bedroom or even for your bathroom or for your table. Next, let's look at the beautiful hanging baskets and planters. They have several different kinds of flowers and combinations. The first hanging basket has a nice white simple pot with pansies and alyssum inside, as well as a nice green spike in the center. Next we have the violas, or some people would call them Johnny jump ups, as well as with the white alyssum in a white basket. The next baskets have a little bit of a design here with some nice vines and ivy growing down, as well as geraniums in the center. The next basket is white and purple Calibrachoa with a green sweet potato vine and white euphorbia, as well as a green spike in the center, and it's more commonly known around here as our favorite. Next is the Petunia basket. It just has petunias in it with a nice simple white basket underneath. You can see how the petunias are kind of growing down around the basket, and in about 5 weeks you won't even be able to see the basket anymore because the petunias will nicely drape over them. Next we have the white and purple petunia with this nice orange flower in a white basket. This hanging basket has a nice fluffy vine growing down through with some nice green fillers, including a small fern, as well as some pink flowers and some coleus on the other side. And they're in a very sturdy wicker basket. This one has pink begonias with some colored coleus in a design basket on the bottom with some nice dusty looking vines. This basket has some small petunias with verbena and some pink geraniums, and that is in a white basket. This wicker has some ferns, some green fillers, has some begonias that'll soon be blooming, as well as some coleus, and that is in a wicker basket as well. And then we would also have just the fern in the plain white basket. The next hanging basket has a purple petunia with some nice white splotches, as well as with an orange flower. And that hanging basket is in a white pot. Up here we have a big pinkish orange begonia with some colored coleus, and that is in a black pot. This is a fern in a wicker basket like we had mentioned earlier. This is a begonia in a black pot with coleus and then some fluffy green filler on top, and that's in a black basket. Next we have a pinkish begonia with some green filler and then some wandering Jew. The wandering Jew kind of has a silvery leaf, and that is in the black basket. Next we have these little white hanging baskets. It's a very nice little pot, and then it has something on the bottom to catch the water. This is perfect to give as a gift for your friend or even for Mother's Day. This one has some alyssum. Some others have violas, and this one has an arrangement of succulents and several other different combinations. This brown pot is filled with black-eyed Susans, and the vines of the plant naturally grow up and curl around the hanging part of the basket. Next we have this moss basket. It's filled with a very dark purple petunia and then a vibrant white verbena. In this moss basket, it's very natural. This basket is filled with beautiful pink petunias. You can see they're nicely draping over and the basket looks very full, and that is in a white plain basket. These black baskets are filled with the nice pink begonia and then some red and green coleus, as well as a beautiful green filler. And then this is a big bushy green fern with a white pot. These ferns are great to have in your house to keep the air nice and fresh, and it adds a nice green look. Now let's take a look at the beautiful planters. There are some smaller planters that work great for table centers, or some bigger ones that are perfect for your patio or porch. This planter has a pink begonia with purple verbena and then more purple salvia. And that is in a goldish pot, and it says beautiful blooms on the side. This pot is in a whitish chalky looking pot with a white geranium and then some dusty filler, as well as some reddish, dark red coleus. This pot has some more dusty filler with geranium, red coleus, and then some green spike filler in the back, and that is also in a chalky pot. This is a beautiful silver pot filled with violas and marigolds and some pansies. This is a bigger metallically gold watering can, and it has a red Gerber daisy with some purplish white violas and some marigolds, as well as pansies on this side. This one is filled with some tall pink filler, some orange marigolds, and purple pansies. Over here we have a black basket, but then it has burlap in there, and then it's filled with yellow and white and purple pansies, as well as some dusty miller filler and a beautiful tall green spike. These little watering cans are perfect for in your bathroom. It adds a nice fresh touch, or as a table center or in a bedroom. These are filled with pansies and violas. This is a beautiful rustic looking tin bucket. It's filled with a pink begonia, white euphorbia, some green spike filler, some dusty miller, and then a nice vine to add the final touch. Planter is just like our favorite hanging basket that I referenced earlier. This is in a blackish silver tall square planter. Next we have these beautiful plush green ferns, and these are in the tall silver planter. And then these cute little white buckets have a dandelion on the side. There's some with a pinkish purple dandelion, and they're filled with violas, some other nice flowers, and then alyssum and some pansies. Thank you for joining me as we took a look at all the beautiful spring flowers that you can decorate your bathroom, bedroom, house, patio, and all your outdoor flower beds, and wherever else you would like to add a little bit of cheer.